I forgot my homework again today. The teacher is going to kill me for sure. I get into class, and I spend the next hour not trying to draw any attention to myself, until it was my turn to present my homework. I came up with the excuse that it got lost in the trash. She was used to it by now, but she still gave me 3 weeks detention. When I get home, I'm in a really bad mood. I get grounded by my parents, and the only person who would speak to me was my little sister, Cindy. I tell Cindy about how the teacher at my school was mean to me, and she tells me that she has a friend who can help me. Kids and their imaginary friends. How cute. Me and my sister share a bedroom. She's on the top bunk and I'm on the bottom. I wake during the night to see her sitting at the dresser. I shout at her to go back to bed before I pass back out. When I wake up, my sister is already downstairs. I walk over to the dresser and there is a drawing of a woman lying on the floor with red stuff coming out of her next to a broken car. When I arrive at school, our teacher wasn't in class. The principal came into our class to tell us that we'll be getting a substitute teacher, and that our own teacher was in a very bad accident and may not pull through. Alarm bells started ringing. No way, I thought. Just a coincidence, I bet. On the way home from detention, there was this kid named Damien who was doing detention with me. He was my bully, and every time he saw me, he would give me a proper thrashing, and this time was no different. I get home all bloody and bruised, and my sister runs over and gives me a big hug. I tell her all about Damien and how he was the mean kid in school. The next morning, I wake to see Cindy is already downstairs. I walk over to the dresser, and there was another drawing, this time of a kid lying on the floor and more of the red stuff coming out of him. There is a man standing over him with a knife. I make it into school and this time I'm looking out for Damien, but there was no sign of him. As the day moves on, rumours are spreading that Damien's father has been arrested for doing something to him, but nobody knew what. It can't be. Twice in a row, that can't be coincidence. I run home and I call Cindy up to the bedroom. I start shouting at her about how her imaginary friend is hurting people. I get really angry with her and she storms off crying her eyes out. That night, I went to bed feeling really bad about shouting at her. I wake up from a restless sleep to see my sister sitting at the dresser. For some reason, I look up to the top bunk only to find my sister asleep in her bed. And when I turn back to the dresser, the girl was gone. I get up and walk over to the dresser, only to find another drawing. This time, it was a drawing of a person lying at the end of a canyon, impaled on a load of rocks, with a lot of the red stuff around him. I feel the blood drain from my body. Tomorrow is our annual school trip to the Grand Canyon.